The authorities seem to be focused in coming to a rapid conclusion to this process ahead of the 2013 and 2014 elections. Do you think that the government and society should also be focusing on the years ahead by laying down a roadmap for political development of Macau?
Yeah, of course. We have a very fast and rapid communication between the news in Hong Kong and the news in Macau. So the Macau citizen may keep a watchful eyes on the development of Hong Kong. So many Macau people want to have a similar phase of political development to Hong Kong, but I think we need to have some consensus in the principle. The principle is more than the concrete actions. What should some essential principle Macau society should have consensus? First of all, the political system should be a fair arena for different interest groups in our society. I think this should be a very important principle. If there is not a fair proportion according to the size and the power of the interest group in our societies, the least advantaged group will be lost their benefit, or they got not a fair games. So this is a very important principle. And the second principle is most of the Macau citizens should have better understanding on the true value of democracy. I mean, the democracy is not just fighting for my own interests. It is a fair system to respect the interests of the minority. So I think we should not to go into the corner to say I want to fight for my interests in this democracy. No, I mean a true democracy is to respect the interests of different social class, different people, to respect their rights, not for only the majority's right. So this should be more careful when we discuss the details of the electoral rules.
Yes. So you agree with the vision that Macau should have a long-term roadmap for political reform, taking into account such principles as fairness and basically instigating the political awareness of the citizens. Should universal suffrage be the ultimate goal?
Yeah, of course. But it should have the consensus of the majority of Macau people. So I mean, before we draft the timetable or before we draft the blueprint, we need to have a scientific and systematic survey to get into a voice to know. I show you some example in EU. Okay, they have a very scientific survey to invite different interest group to discuss how should we go into the EU. I mean, for individual country, should we go join into the EU? Okay, they have a very scientific survey on that, and they get a consensus. Okay, most of the majority agree to join the EU. Okay, so this is a very important and very important procedure. We should have democratic procedure to get the idea of people before we draft the content. So the procedure itself is also an exercise of democracy.
So you don't agree with those that say we should have a date like Hong Kong has, 2017. Do you think we should have a date in Macau?
I think at this moment, we don't know the date. At this moment, okay, we need to ask the people in Macau. Yeah.
And going back to last November's Chief Executive Policy Address, why the sudden change of mind? I mean, until then, the government in Macau had said, okay, we don't have consensus to start a reform process of our system, and suddenly they decide to announce that this process would be initiated. Why do you think they changed their mind so suddenly?
Okay. Of course, there is always a black box. Okay, there's a lot of things we don't know, but we should know that in the Macau societies there is stronger and stronger voices in the society, and also, for example, Mr. Ngo Cheng, they and also their fans, they push a lot to this